I named my brain. Let's say Kathy, right? I didn't, but let's say I named her Kathy, right? That's my brain. All this stuff on the outside is your hardware, right? This is the hardware. And then I had my brain, then the body. I named Alexa, right? Alexa. I named her Alexa, right? Then I had the heart tab. I named the tab, right? Then the dream walker, which is the chooser, for me will always be named Keisha. Got it? So I have the hardware set, right? The hardware is set. Now, higher self. That's the software. Let's make her Peggy, right? That's Peggy, the soul traveler. I don't know why I wrote it like that. Because soul traveler. Let's name her Chris, right? Then you have the Council of Elders, GC, right? That's to go back to whatever. That's the council, right? Then you have the shadow, name it Lisa, not Max. Let's name her Stephanie, right? And name her Stephanie. So what was happening to, let me tell you what was happening to me. Because this is how I learned this. What was happening to me was this was not in alignment with this, right? This kept pushing out something that this part, that hardware was like, what the hell is this? What do you get? What are these numbers that you're giving us? What is this? That's what was happening. So the inside of me, the soul traveler, the higher self, all those things were firing off codes. And I was just, the outer part, the hardware was like, we can't even read this. What is this? Because it wasn't incorporated with each other. Go even further back, my internal system wasn't quite online either. It doesn't activate all at the same time. That's for someone specific. Someone's like, well, I don't understand why I can't use this, because you might just be connected to your higher self and the soul traveler, and they're communicating and they're like, yeah, girl, or yeah, guy, all that other stuff. But the council, the overall council of it, you have no idea who they are. You haven't tapped into what your mission is. That's when you meet that. You meet that when you're on mission. What I'm doing right now is on mission. So that's why I'm like, okay, I can't believe I'm clear to talk about this stuff, because I've been doing this for a while. And they were like, no, you cannot talk about this. So, but I digress. So then, but you could even, because at one point I had all three. All three were activated, going, still didn't understand why I wasn't making any forward movement internally, right? We haven't even gotten to the outside. So internally, I was like, I don't understand why I'm not moving the way I know I'm supposed to be moving. So it wasn't until I incorporated my shadow. When I integrated the shadow, that's when it was like, I feel better. I was like, okay, we can do this. That's when I stopped running from it. I stopped trying to control it in a way where it didn't have a say in what the hell was going on. You understand? It has a say on how I get dressed in the morning. It has a say on what I wear, because I muscle test. Remember, I told you, you have to muscle test. You have to be able to muscle test to find out what your shadow wants. And if you're like, that's not real, okay, that's fine. We're going to be over here and you can stay over there. That's not a problem either. I have no problem if you do not agree with me. If you don't agree with me and you don't think what I'm saying is real, that's okay. And I love you for it. I love you for it because I know what I do, right? So I am no longer craving validation. Look, I don't need you to agree with me for it to be real. Now, for those who want to try it, test the theory. You understand? Whether you believe it's real or not, I didn't believe it was real in the beginning either, but I tested the theory. I tested the theory for a long period of time for it to be either proven right or proven wrong. So test the theory. Be a scientist.